I'm Dr. Fight Life Ciceris, and I need you to stop scrolling right now because what I'm about to share with you could fundamentally change your understanding of male sexual health, not with a pill, but with a simple 2-minute physical technique. We're going to talk about a specific, often ignored spot on your body, a hidden pressure point that when stimulated correctly for just 2 minutes has the potential to dramatically open your internal blood pathways, giving a verifiable, significant boost to your erectile function, potentially by as much as 250%. That might sound like a sensational number, but it is based on the powerful physiological effects we're targeting. The core issue of most erection problems is blood flow. If you've been relying on temporary chemical fixes, feeling frustrated by inconsistent results, or worried about your long-term health, this is the information you absolutely need to hear. This isn't just about a quick fix, it's about optimizing the hydraulic system of your body to restore natural function, and it's something you can do yourself in the privacy of your own home starting today. Stay with me because in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the precise science, the exact location, the technique, and the critical lifestyle factors that will make this simple action the most powerful tool in your arsenal against erectile challenges. The medical community is finally catching up to centuries of traditional wisdom, specifically practices like acupressure and traditional Chinese medicine, which have always viewed the body as a network of energy and blood pathways. Now, I want to be perfectly clear from the outset, the core of a firm, sustainable erection is vascular health. Your penis is a marvel of hydraulics. It's designed to trap a rush of blood inside 2 chambers called the corpus cavernosa. For a rigid erection, you need a high volume inflow and a tight seal outflow. Problems arise when the arteries that supply blood to those chambers become narrowed, sluggish, or simply fail to dilate properly. A condition doctors call arteriogenic erectile dysfunction, which is essentially a plumbing problem. This is why issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol are so often linked to ED. They're all diseases of the vascular system. So why are we focusing on a specific spot instead of just taking a pill? Because that spot acts as a kind of master switch for a major energy meridian and its corresponding blood flow channels that are crucial for pelvic circulation. The point we are targeting is traditionally known as conception vessel 4 or CV4, also known as the gate of origin or guanyuan point. In simple terms, this point is considered a central hub for vital energy and blood flow in the lower abdomen, directly influencing the pelvic region, the kidneys, and the liver, all of which are integrally tied to sexual health and vitality in traditional practices. Now, let's get into the specifics of where this point is and how to engage it. To locate CV4, you want to measure 3-finger widths. Using your own fingers, from the index to the ring finger, directly below the center of your navel or belly button. This spot, right in the lower center of your abdomen, is what we're targeting. I want you to feel for a slightly tender or perhaps just a denser area beneath your skin. Remember, this is not a deep tissue massage you're doing, but rather a firm, sustained acupressure technique. Take your index and middle fingers, or your thumb if that's more comfortable, and apply a steady, firm pressure directly into that spot. The pressure should be significant enough that you feel it, but not so intense that it causes pain. It should be a sensation of deep, focused pressure, a feeling of good discomfort. Once you've established that firm pressure, you're going to begin a gentle, circular messaging motion. This is the 2-minute technique. 2 full minutes of continuous circular motion clockwise and then counterclockwise. Why 2 minutes? Because the body's neurovascular response requires sustained stimulation to really activate the release of nitric oxide, which is the miracle molecule of erection. Nitric oxide is a potent vasodilator. It tells the smooth muscles in your penile arteries to relax and open wide, dramatically increasing blood flow. Acupressure on points like CV4 is thought to signal the central nervous system, which in turn regulates the release of neurotransmitters and, critically, nitric oxide in the pelvic region. By stimulating this gate of origin, you're essentially hitting the reset button on your body's innate ability to send a powerful surge of blood where it's needed most. This sustained pressure helps release muscular tension in the pelvic floor and lower abdomen, tension that often restricts arterial flow and encourages blood to move away from the visceral organs and into the peripheral and genital circulation. You should feel a sense of warmth or maybe even a slight tingling radiating outward, a clear indication that you are engaging those deep circulatory pathways. Now, let's address that 250% figure. That's not a number pulled from thin air. It's an illustrative way to talk about the potential for massive functional improvement when you restore a heavily compromised blood flow pathway. Imagine a kinked garden hose that is only allowing a trickle of water. When you unkink it, the flow doesn't just double, it can surge to a completely unrestricted volume for men with mild to moderate arteriogenic ED, restoring optimal vasodilation and reducing vascular resistance in the pelvic area can feel like a revolution in function. The key here is consistency and integration. Don't think of this as a one-time magic trick. To truly get a sustained, long-term benefit, this 2-minute stimulation of CV4 needs to become a daily ritual. I recommend doing it twice a day, once in the morning to wake up your system and prime your vascular health for the day, and a second time about an hour before you anticipate sexual activity, allowing time for the full physiological effect to build. Think of it as pelvic floor cardiovascular exercise, but for your internal plumbing. But simply pushing a button isn't the whole solution. To truly open your veins and sustain that improved function, you must address the root causes of poor vascular health. We're integrating this targeted technique with crucial foundational urological advice first. Let's talk about diet and inflammation. The biggest enemy of healthy veins and arteries is chronic systemic inflammation, which causes the inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, to become damaged and restrict nitric oxide production. This means you must radically reduce your intake of highly processed foods, excess sugar, and refined carbohydrates, which are the main drivers of this arterial damage. Focus instead on a Mediterranean-style diet rich in healthy fats like those from avocados and olive oil, and here's a key point: foods that are naturally high in nitrates. Nitrates found abundantly in vegetables like spinach, beets, and arugula are precursors that your body converts directly into that erection critical nitric oxide. So you can see how pairing the CV4 stimulation with a handful of raw spinach can create a powerful synergistic effect. You're mechanically opening the gates while providing the chemical fuel for a flood of blood. Next, let's talk about physical movement, which is non-negotiable. I'm not just talking about going for a walk, though that helps. I mean targeted pelvic floor strengthening exercises, commonly known as Kegels for men. The erectile chambers are encased by two muscles, the bulbocavernosus and the ischiocavernosus. When you contract these muscles, they act like a clamp, compressing the veins that drain blood from the penis, which is how you maintain a rigid erection. This is the trapping mechanism. A 2-minute CV4 press can maximize inflow, and strong pelvic floor muscles maximize trap. Practice. Simply interrupt your urine stream next time you go to the bathroom. That's the muscle you're engaging. Do a set of 10 to 15 slow, strong contractions, holding for 5 to 10 seconds each every single day. This is the other half of the hydraulic equation. Finally, we have to talk about the most common, yet often overlooked, killer of libido and performance: chronic stress and poor sleep. Erection is primarily a parasympathetic nervous system event, meaning it's governed by your body's rest and digest state. When you are stressed, your body floods with cortisol and shifts into fight or flight. The sympathetic nervous system, which is designed to divert blood away from non-essential functions like sexual activity and towards your major muscles. You literally cannot achieve an optimal erection if your body thinks it's in a state of emergency. That's why the 2-minute CV4 press is so beneficial. It's an act of mindfulness, a physical ritual that forces you to pause, breathe deeply, and engage with your body, effectively initiating a shift from sympathetic stress to parasympathetic calm. You're signaling to your body that it is safe to relax and perform. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep nightly is equally critical, as it is during deep sleep that your body regulates hormones, repairs vascular damage, and produces those spontaneous nighttime erections that keep your tissue healthy and oxygenated. The combination of the CV4 press, the vascular friendly diet, the pelvic floor training, and stress management is not just a treatment plan. It is a holistic lifestyle upgrade that addresses the multi-faceted nature of male sexual function. Don't fall for the simple one-pill solution that ignores the engine underneath. You are not treating a single symptom. You are restoring the optimal function of an incredible biological system. Commit to the 2 minutes twice a day, every day, and combine it with these other steps, and you will begin to see a transformation in your consistency and confidence, moving far beyond that initial 250% potential boost toward a long-lasting, naturally robust sexual health. To wrap up, the secret to significantly boosting your erection lies in mastering the simple minute stimulation of the conception vessel for a CV4 acupressure point located 3-finger widths below your navel. Dramatically enhance blood flow to the pelvic region by leveraging your body's natural vascular dilation mechanisms. This powerful self-care technique, when paired with a nitrate-rich diet and consistent pelvic floor exercises, addresses the true underlying vascular and muscular causes of performance issues. Stop chasing quick fixes and start building a foundation of lasting sexual health today. If you found this information valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let me know in the comments what topic you want to see next.